Maddie. Hello. Pretty girl. You gonna say something?
Cheese!
Love.
Dear younger me, I suppose all that feeling different makes sense now. Forcing yourself to dress more feminine, desperate attempts to get boyfriends, and trying to fit into the norms or be like everyone else. All that confusion, but it'll make sense one day. Or at least I hope it does soon. Crushes on your rainbow's leader and calling yourself a tomboy. Going from Little Miss Pink to hating such a girly colour. Finding you fit in more with the boys. Watching you smile and be silly and enjoy life makes me wonder when the pain began. When I started to look like myself so much and found each day a struggle. The shame certain relationships and bonds put on us was probably a deciding factor. Knowing that we are loved but imperfect. Accepted but not what they would have wanted. A sinner and a challenge of faith. But you don't need to worry about that now. Just enjoy being Daddy's little girl while you still can.
Oh, you did that one very well. Oh, yes, very good. You're that hero.
Monster, Frankenstein. Frankenstein. Clown, 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 clown. What do clowns think? What do clowns do? It's lonely being the only one to know what your actual face looks like. Covered in paint all day, Tipex smile and watercolour tears. Who knows what lies beyond these doodles on my face? What am I hiding? Why am I hiding? Surely it can't all be for fun. There must be something. Something makes me want to be unknown, unidentifiable, unimportant. You can't even be just another face in the crowd when no one knows the contents of your face.
Did Winnie enjoy that?
Yeah.
Mads, say something nice.
I love you, Daddy.
Oh, I love you too, darling. Oh, Pink.
None of us feel safe or happy or accepted. Loved ones turn their backs, mindless politicians vote on bills they have no right in deciding, whilst media moguls splash covers every day with a new monstrous story about trans existence. Who will be their Frankenstein today? For we are not monsters, but monsters of their making.
Show me what community looks like!
This is what community looks like!
Show me what community looks like!
This is what community looks like!
Show me what community looks like!
This is what community looks like!
Queer people are often pitted against each other, which is why I was most scared to come out to my uncle. I wish I had been more open with him sooner. I should have realised that he understands. He knows the fear of having to share your identity, the pain of people's reactions, of hearing "I'll love you no matter what, but it's not what I wanted for you." My nan asked me today if I prefer to go by theirs and them. There's been whispers about it in the family, but I've never been brave enough to tell them myself. I thought they wouldn't understand and I didn't want to jeopardise our relationship. But I was wrong, because she simply asked, "What would you like to be called?" And when I tried to say it's confusing and it's not their fault if they get it wrong, she replied, "It's not confusing, it's not hard to understand, it's just what I'm used to. But I'm going to learn for you." Just a week earlier, I'd told my uncle I was scared they wouldn't get it, but he said there's no reason for anyone not to get it. He explained to me what he called gay shame, and how he's clung on to that for all of his adulthood. Until recently, when he realised it's not you, it's them, no matter their excuses. It's much harder for someone to deal with you not learning than it is for you to use the correct language. It's these conversations I wish I'd been having with him for the past 10 years since I've been out, instead of hiding. I don't want to make this just another depiction of pain, reliving my trauma to make something enjoyable or educational. So many of our stories, the few that we are featured in, all centre around our turmoil and the inconvenience that our existence causes. I want to flip that on its head. I want to show joy and humanity and silliness. I want us to be depicted and it not always have to be about the struggles faced on our journeys. I want us to be normalised and depicted like everybody else. I want these things so bad, but like all the creators before me, I can't help but feel drawn to that pain. That desire to have people know that the fight isn't over, that we are very much still under daily attacks, that none of us feel safe or accepted or even acknowledged most of the time. I will always have to deal with people misgendering me and then be expected to celebrate them on the rare occasions that they get it right. I am tired. I'm exhausted. My story shouldn't have to be about pain, but it is. All of ours are. If we were to revolve around something at the centre of our universe like the sun, for trans and queer people it would be trauma. Pain, shame, hate, all at the core of our unacknowledged existence. I desperately want to talk about love and joy, but all I feel is rage. All we see are negative narratives and attacks and debates around what we should and shouldn't be allowed to do. They talk about us in such a fascinated and disgusted way. They dehumanize us so they can pretend that we aren't real people, that we are just deranged monsters in need of control. We are such a small minority but take up so much space in conversations, and none of them are ever positive. So I don't want this to be the end. I don't want to get stuck in the hate that they have created, where all we can talk about is trauma. I don't want to be sad anymore or have to carry the weight of existing in an unconventional body around with me. I don't want this to end. I want to fight. I want our voices to be heard. I want to share our stories in a positive light now that this idea of monsters has been flipped on its head. I want to exist and to enjoy existence. I want to be trans, queer, and proud, even if they call me a monster.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are.
When they tell us that we haven't existed, that this is a new phenomenon, they are lying to us. They are trying to put us in a position to hide again, to disappear again, because they would like us to have never existed. This is the exact same fight that we have been fighting for hundreds of years now, and we will not go down quietly.